In this video, I will rank every song in Volume Beta of Minecraft's soundtrack, from songs that are iconic to maybe ones that you've never heard before. Also consider subscribing, it's free and it helps boost my ego. Now, if you don't know how this works, this tier list has 5 tiers. W, Banger, Would Listen to Again, Decent, and It's Alright. This is the Minecraft soundtrack tier list. This first one sounds very ambient and sounds like it would be in one of those liminal space videos of an abandoned shopping mall with the SpongeBob janitor cleaning up. However, later throughout the song, all these synthesizer sounds start playing, making this a very unique song, so I'll put it in the decent tier. In my mind, this song kinda represents all of Minecraft because it has elements of other popular tracks in the soundtrack. I always associate it with the Minecraft commercials back when they were still good. It's a lot longer than most of the other songs on this list, and when you listen to it, you feel like you're playing the game. So I'll give Alpha a banger tier. This song is the OG Nether music, which definitely brings back a lot of nostalgia. It may start out creepy and ominous, but as it progresses, it turns into this peaceful, comforting song that's the polar opposite of the Nether. So I'll put it in Would Listen to Again tier. I don't know how many of you can relate, but back in about 2014 to 2015, I would spend hours upon hours playing Minecraft in the creative world just trying to get a redstone contraption to work. I was rarely successful, but those times left a lot of good memories that I associate with this song, so it's going in the banger tier. I'm starting to realize that I'm ranking these songs purely off my childhood memories, so I apologize if this isn't super helpful, but you're getting a lot of good Gizmo lore, so you should definitely keep watching. Anyhow, back like 7-ish years ago, my cousins came over in the middle of July one summer, and I remember booting up the Christmas Texture Pack world on the Xbox 360 and playing it for hours and hours. It was lots of fun and honestly might be my favorite song in the Minecraft beta soundtrack. W tier. I would rank this one about the same as Blind Spots. It has a similar vibe, and I also distinctly remember hearing it over and over again in an old super flat testing world where I'd make the most random things I could think of. Banger tier. The more I listen to these, the more I struggle to put any of them lower or higher than others. However, if I put them all in W tier and call it a day, then there isn't much of a video. So this song is the Nether theme similar to Dead Voxels, except this one is a bit more fitting. It has an ominous and kinda unnerving vibe, and it really does a good job at displaying what the old Minecraft Nether is all about. W tier. This is yet another creative mode song that reminds me of old times. However, I gotta critique these songs somewhere, and the lowest tier in this tier list is It's Alright. So if I put it at the bottom, that doesn't mean it's trash. It just means that the others are better. And I feel that Biome Fest is just not quite as iconic or interesting as some of the others. It provides some nice ambience, but it gets lost between the other great songs. So I'm gonna put it in It's Alright tier. This is one of the OG Minecraft title songs which hundreds of millions of people have probably heard. It could be the first Minecraft song they hear, and it does a good job of making a first impression. I feel like Minecraft has one of the most relaxing soundtracks out there, even if you look at a game like Fortnite, which has some pretty good music. It's just not the same. C418 really cooked with this album. W tier. Again, all of these I remember playing in a loop while grinding out my creative world, and they're all great for their own reasons. With this one, I remember building a huge roller coaster made out of wood, and it went for thousands of blocks and probably took like 10 minutes to ride. Looking back, by today's standards, it's probably boring, but at the time, it was the coolest thing in the world. But I'll give the song a would listen to again tier. This one is very ambient and sounds like one of those lo-fi playlists on YouTube, but way before those were a thing. I'm not a huge fan of it compared to the others because it lacks personality and just sounds like a generic calming song. So I'll give it an it's alright tier. Another title screen song that I've heard for many hours out of my life. It's not as good as Mutation, but it's still a great calming OG Minecraft song. And remember, 1234567 is a bad password. Decent tier. Possibly the most famous song on this album, and that's for good reason. It has this nice steel pan music and builds as the song progresses. And due to the meme culture and just Minecraft's popularity in general, many people who haven't touched the game can tell you that this song came from Minecraft. It seems simple at first, but then you realize how many childhoods this song has impacted. W tier. Another song from the festive mashup pack on the Xbox 360, which isn't as good as the other Christmas song, but it's still miles better than any of the recent Minecraft songs. I was never allowed to actually buy any of the mashup packs, so whenever I created the world, I knew that none of the progress would be saved when I left, so I made the most of every moment. I still remember the text saying, "You do not own this world, so your progress will not be saved," and how devastated I was after the first time. But then I got used to it and it honestly made the experience a lot better because I had to experience it in the moment. Would listen to again tier. I didn't actually realize how many Nether songs there were because my brain kinda merged them all into one. But much like the others, it really helps amplify the vibe of the Nether and makes it seem more daunting and disorienting than it actually was. Back then we didn't have to worry about piglins trying to stab us or piglin brutes that could one-shot us, but it still seemed very terrifying if you were underprepared. Anyhow, the song is a decent tier. Yet another creative mode track from back in the day. Kinda crazy to think that little Gizmo was listening to this a literal decade ago attempting to build his first house in creative mode. Spoiler alert, it didn't go too well, but I had fun. 9 out of 7 experience. Would highly recommend. Banger tier. This is another title screen song, and I remember hearing it after the 4J Studios logo appeared, and that meant that my Xbox didn't crash this time and I might actually be able to play Minecraft. Then after dying to a creeper, I would rage quit and then an hour later jump right back in. Things were much simpler then. Now I gotta do taxes. Growing up isn't fun, kids. It doesn't get much better. Banger tier. This one reminds me of Area Math with the steel pan music, but it offers a different vibe. I don't want to keep repeating myself so you guys can keep watching, but it's a good song. Decent tier. This song is very interesting because it includes a little piece of each of the Volume Alpha tracks without it being overbearing. I didn't really like it back when I was fighting the Ender Dragon, mostly because Gizmo was not the best at PvP back in the day, but now that I can comprehend stuff, the complexity is pretty cool on the song. It's alright tier. And for the last one, we have Intro, which makes complete sense. This is one of the most calming songs in the Minecraft soundtrack, and C418 actually recorded himself playing on the piano, so you can hear him breathing and humming if you listen closely, which makes it just that much better. Would listen to again tier. Thanks for watching, subscribe. If you're a child watching this, then enjoy your childhood because you'll never have the free time or lack of responsibilities that you have now. And if you're a big boy, then I don't know, go do great things. Good luck with taxes.